It's week 3 of the NFL, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Eagles and the Jags on EA Sports.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts lead them, the second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And I think if you're handing out hardware through 2 weeks of the season, he might be your MVP. Already 7 touchdown passes in just 2 games. As we do know, though, in real life, they don't hand you out anything this early. A lot of games left to get through between now and the playoffs.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
The first down screen pass, good for 5. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Hurts. And that's complete to Sanders. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. They want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Lawrence's throw there complete to Sims. And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Hurts. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. This defense for the Jags, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on 3rd down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
From the gun, it's Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play there on the catch and run.
So often on these RPOs, we see the ball get from the quarterback to the receiver in what feels like a nanosecond. But on this play, he actually cleared coverage downfield a bit before the ball got to him. The net result, though, a considerable gain.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. pushes past him, fighting his way through contact. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time on a catch and run. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. Now Lawrence finds the open target, Arnold. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Here's Lawrence to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Point after here coming up. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the pick-6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
2nd and 8. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
So just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now Lawrence to throw. And this is incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And he will have the Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. And that is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On third down, Lawrence. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Travis Etienne, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And the touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
And I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The second down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
35 yards that time on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
3rd and inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Shoves him aside. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. The handoff to Penny. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Two straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
On third and goal, Lawrence. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Sanders, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Here's Hurts to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I remember
he's going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Rolling to his right. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he goes out right around the 39.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
I'm coming back.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Under pressure and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Come on now.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was
under pressure. They got him again. Afadi Adenabo. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start out west at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, where you see the final score there. Jonathan Taylor, a dynamite performance. Over 200 yards on the ground with 3 touchdown runs. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. The Cards looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Falcons. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there. Final preparations being made for the second half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt.
Quick throw caught by Godwin. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
41 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Not much there, only a yard. Now it's second and
running out of the gun with ETN.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. This is about what you'd expect. Defense selling out to stop the run. Pretty good on first and second down.
Yeah, you're no longer really worried about making sure you're holding up the offensive lineman as a defensive lineman. Now you're just talking about getting in gaps. You're trying to get upfield, penetrate, and make a play on the football, especially, before the running back really gets control of it. That's what you're doing. You're also bringing the linebackers in to jam the line of scrimmage, and a safety or two is going to be there as well.
And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Sanders shaking and baking. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for Philly.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Touchdown, Eagles! A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And now out come the Jags. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That's caught by Sims. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And this one is incomplete.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zach Ertz, 59 yards. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Crew able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's able to get up here to the 26. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play of this football game. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Hurts. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football. Not easily done in today's NFL.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll look to throw again. Setting up the screen with Gainwell. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Into the hands of Sanders. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Let's go!
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Etienne. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Etienne on the toss right. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run with Etienne. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
So this This is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. A handoff for Etienne. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's a give to Etienne. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And you got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Jacksonville, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.